Hey, what up, everybody? I hope all of y'all is having a blessed and humble day. Continue to have a blessed and humble morning. This y'all Shorty, Rachel. Yo, listen, man. Listen. Can y'all let a shorty know when y'all gonna go out there? Just let a shorty know when y'all are going to go out there and start robbing these places, all right? The Walmarts, the grocery stores, all that. Just let a shorty know, all right? The same way y'all come online and rant about these EBTs, all right? And what are y'all going to do if it does happen, all right? Just listen, let us know. Not just the but everybody. Alright, I don't know if most of y'all know it. Alright, these EBTs, the food stamps and all that. Alright, I'm not laughing because it's about to stop. I'm laughing at the dumb shit I'm hearing online right now. Like, listen, give a warning out. Alright, the same way y'all talking about y'all gonna do this and that. Right? Just let everybody know. Yo, hey, listen, we're about to go do this, and that. All right, just make sure y'all stay home. Yes, let us stay at home. All right, because I do not want to be caught up shopping. All right, grocery shopping, clothes shopping, or any of the above while y'all out here on these stores. All right, acting crazy. All right, so listen, this is what's happening. I know a lot of y'all know about it. Um, we've been talking about it for the longest. I feel as though, like I said, look, listen, there's programs out here that are willing to help people that don't have resources that that are going to suffer if they don't have no food stamps. All right, those are the people that I feel really bad for. All right, I don't know why there's people out here saying that you can't receive food stamps if you're working. You can actually receive food stamps, right? I hear a lot of people saying it, but the crazy part is, right, it's only the only way you can receive food stamps while you're working is if you're receiving a certain amount of month. Like if you're making a certain amount of money a month, right? And it's lower than $1,000. All right. So people that make $1,000, less than $1,000, receive food stamps, right? But they have to be a part of some type of program. All right. Now, Philadelphia for the past 2 years has had these programs trying to get people in it. All right, so they could wing off the food stamps. A lot of people don't want to be a part of these programs, all right? And that's unfortunate. There's people saying there's no programs. The welfare has always been, you got if you're working, you can't get this much of money. Well, guess what? Let me tell y'all something. In these programs, they've got people that are in on SSI, right? And they're working, right? So they're kind of like winging the people that are on SSI, right? That are able to work even if they're attached to a wheelchair, all right? Now, the first time I've ever seen someone, right? Because a few years back, I became a part of this program so I can get some help so I can go, work. Um, but anyways, right? Let me tell y'all, the first time I ever saw somebody on a wheelchair working was at the stadium, and I was shocked. I was like, "You're working on a wheelchair?" Like, and he told me his story and everything, and I was like, oh, so they help you work when you're on SSI. They'll take a portion of your money, of your income out, right? Because you're getting paid. So you're not going to get your full SSI benefits if you're, somebody that depends on SSI. Why are they doing that? Because a lot of people, right, can work for a certain amount of time, right? And their body can only take but so much, right? I mean, listen, I can go about this. Even the people with mental health issues, all right? They're helping schizophrenics out here get on the proper medication, all right? And find jobs. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear this. A lot of people don't want to hear it. They're going to avoid this part. But there are programs out here that'll help you. So, yes, there are programs out here that will help you. But too many people are making excuses. All right, blessings. We got young Rias in the building. But let me put on this news clip. All right, because it says seniors families brace for the unexpected as SNAP benefits pause for November. Guys, listen. The SNAP benefits ain't gonna be taken away forever. I know that you got two sides, especially here on social media. All right, one cheering for the snaps to go away, the other ones cheer how can I say praying that the ones that need it um still keep it, all right? But listen, November 1st is just on November 1st is this weekend, right? And on the weekend anyways, right, the government doesn't, how can I say, distribute any type of funds anyways, right? So the people that were supposed to get it on the first, right, any type of benefits, they're going to be getting tomorrow and today. All right, some will be getting it Monday. And I think that those people, that's going to be the last time y'all get any benefits from the welfare until this whole government shutdown is resolved. All right. Um, I feel as though, like I said, stack up on foods. There's programs out here giving out boxes of foods. All right. Um, Start getting as much as you can, canned goods, dry beans, rice. That's definitely what I'm about to do, and I'm gonna start prepping. You see, like to save up some money. I was just talking to my baby pops. I was like, listen, we're gonna go shopping. We're gonna go get the foods that we need, and instead of me, how I cook on a every day normally, right? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start prepping everything and I'm gonna start freezing all the foods. So basically, all my kids gotta do, right, when they go into the freezer, pull out a meal, all right, reheat it, whether it's in the air fryer, the oven, or the microwave. So basically, and these meals last for 30 days if you freeze them up. So that's exactly what I'm gonna start doing. The way my mom used to do it, the way my grandma used to do it, the way my old heads used to do it. All right, prep everything, cook, boom, 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 boom. Like when they used to work a lot, I used to notice them do that a lot, right? And when we used to come home from work, from school, we used to have to, pull out certain, like, all right, this was, rice and chili. Well, I'm not gonna cook the rice. The rice I'm going to definitely make, the day before if it's something they're going to eat with rice or something. But listen. There are so many ways to save money, right? Especially when a crisis happens, especially like during this government shutdown, right? And it didn't even seem like the government was shut down because people were still receiving benefits, people were still going to work and stuff like that, right? It's a little war going on between the politicians right now, all right? Mm. Me personally, I know that I'm getting ready. Tomorrow is going to be tomorrow. Yeah, definitely got to go pick up my badge. On the 4th and the 5th, they're going to be the elections so that people can go vote in the commissioners and all that stuff, right? I'm definitely going to go vote in. But listen, let's listen to this and let Shorty know what y'all think. And guys, man, before y'all go robbing these stores, let people know. Please let people know.
More than 1.4 million Michiganders could lose access to food assistance in just days. Yesterday at 5:30, we told you about Attorney General Dana Nessel and 22 other state attorneys general that are suing the U.S. Department of Agriculture, demanding it use $6 billion in reserve funds to keep SNAP benefits flowing.
The lawsuit claims USDA is illegally withholding money that Congress set aside to keep the program running during a shutdown. Today, Nessel described the impossible choices families will face.
These cuts force our family, friends, and neighbors to prioritize between necessities they wouldn't otherwise have to choose between. Next week, people will be forced to decide between buying groceries or filling prescriptions, or between going into work as scheduled or calling off so that they can come visit a local food bank.
And tonight, those families...
Oh, shit. She said they're going to have to be calling off work so they can go visit the local food banks. Damn.
Affected are already preparing for the worst.
Yeah, we're talking from seniors even to the disabled. Metro Detroiters who rely on SNAP benefits say they're being left in the dark. Well, today I continue conversations with people who are wondering how they'll put food on the table.
174.
Across Metro Detroit right now, there are many seniors who admit they're nervous.
I thought it was absolutely disgraceful.
Folks like Elizabeth Corville of Plymouth, nervous knowing the federal government is cutting SNAP benefits for the month of November.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, it is my opinion that this is a political game and we are the pawns.
Corville is not alone. Worry and concern about the pause on SNAP is being felt across Metro Detroit, from food pantries to food trucks like this serving free weekly meals.
It is. And people not realizing that. That's why when I started the live, I say, listen, man, if y'all are part of those people that are going to go out here, all right, and start, how can I say, raising chaos and havoc out here on these streets, man, please warn us the same way y'all come on these apps talking, snitching on yourselves on what y'all do with these food stamps, all right? This is definitely going to be another part of what I'm going to talk about this weekend, right? We're not just going to talk about Krishan Rock, all right, Sammy's arrest and the law that PA is trying to pass. We're also going to bring up this topic, the EBTs. All right. So stay tuned for this weekend for when we go live. All right. we are definitely going to talk about the EBT rants and much more.
How are y'all today? You want chili or a sandwich? It's where Lori Cox shared she's trying to stretch what's left on her bridge card.
Only $8.50, and like I said, I only get $99 per month.
And you don't know what you're going to do next month?
Well, no, I have no idea.
Here's one sandwich as well. Volunteers with the nonprofit We Are One Community Unity expect their Free Food Wednesday program will continue to be a buffer for some residents.
We've tripled in the number of people we've been feeding. And we're seeing a whole lot of new faces, a whole lot of new kids, older people, elderly people. But I can only imagine what's going to happen after the benefits are gone.
Linda Johnson is a disabled Detroit resident on SNAP. She says family will help her navigate the uncertainty in November. But Johnson has a message for lawmakers.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy because there are a lot of people that, elderly people that depend on this, right? And they don't really got families to look after them. Why I say that? Because I work in the health aid field, all right? I take care of these people, and shout out to the families that look out, for their loved ones that are, that need, right, some type of health aid like me that comes, takes care of them in the house, does the cleaning, the errands and all that stuff, right? And shout out to those people that are there. But it's unfortunate, right, that I've came across some clients, right, where, how can I say, the family members are not really there. These clients are by themselves. Like, they really, really depend on their health aid, right? Whereas I've also been in houses where, the family is there, right? Through thick and thin, no matter what, they're checking up, they're observing, they're making sure that me as a health aid, right, I'm doing the things the correct way, the proper way, they interact. But unfortunate, there's other cases, right? Other situations where it's not like that.
If you really care anything, which I think a lot of them don't, but if you care, you would do something about it. Yeah. You really would.
And as a reminder, we've added a list of local food distribution programs on our website. Click on Detroit.com.
Well, this hour, we do want to give you...
All right. Is this the one I was about to go into? Let me see, this one's 11 minutes. How long is this one? 5 minutes. Let's see, let's hear what they got to say.
A live look from Washington, D.C. The U.S. Senate failed to pass a government funding bill for the 13th time today. And amid the shutdown, SNAP benefits for millions of Americans is about to be suspended.
Attorney General Andrea Joy Campbell was at a State House rally where she announced she is teaming up with 21 attorneys general to sue the federal government. So what does this all mean? NBC 10's explainer-in-chief Sue O'Connell will break it all down for us in just a moment. But let's start with NBC 10's Robert Goulston. He's live at Copley Square Farmers Market, where SNAP benefits are a lifeline for some people, Robert.
Exactly, Glenn. And as we all know, fruits and vegetables can be a game changer for a family's diet. Here at farmers markets like the one here in Copley Square, the vendors are always trying to connect people with those healthy resources by accepting SNAP benefits. But we are told that may be off the table by the end of the week. It's all fresh food from Kimball Farm in Pepperell.
It's nice to be able to hand it to someone directly and know that it's going to them.
And affordable for everyone because of programs like SNAP.
It just gives people access to our product that didn't have it before.
The first time ever, the federal government shutdown is expected to mean no SNAP benefits for millions of families. At a rally outside the State House, Attorney General Andrea Campbell announced a multi-state lawsuit to try to keep SNAP on the table.
And we're confident based on our legal arguments that hopefully the court will side with us to ensure these benefits continue to flow for our families.
Frida Wiley relies on SNAP because of her disability.
If I don't get my food stamps on the 4th, I'll be hitting the food pantries, and hopefully the food pantries will be able to compensate for what I need.
Agencies like Road to Responsibility out of Marshfield are also planning for the pinch.
We start losing the funding on November 1st.
President and CEO Chris White says SNAP helps supplement the state's roughly $9 a day for food benefits that about 1,300 of his clients living with intellectual and developmental disabilities rely on.
I could not manage to feed anyone in my family for just $9 a day. And so SNAP benefits are used to to fill that gap.
And the Attorney General says the gist of her lawsuit is that the executive branch can't stop these SNAP benefits. Only Congress can. So she wants a judge to step.
Facts. The benefits and all that have to do with Congress. But, I'm not going to get into that now. All right, that's going to be into, for another live. But this is why I suggest, I urge people to go do their research, all right? Do your research.
Step in and keep the benefits flowing. We're live tonight in Boston. Robert Goulston, NBC 10 Boston.
Okay, Robert, thank you. Let's talk more about this with our explainer-in-chief, Sue O'Connell.
Sue, we want to clarify this up front. What exactly is SNAP, and is it the same as food stamps, and who benefits from it?
That's a great question. Okay, SNAP stands for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. It's the official name for food stamps. It's basically a debit card the government loads with money each month so family can use it to buy groceries. Now, about 42 million Americans use it. Now, that's roughly 1 in 8 people. And it's a way bigger tent than most people think. About 40% are kids, over 16 million children. Another 20% are seniors living on Social Security. And you've got 1.2 million veterans, and this is always shocking to people, 22,000 active duty military families use SNAP, and around 1.5 million college students, obviously trying to make it through school. So about a third of SNAP households actually have someone working. They're just not earning enough to cover rent and groceries. And the benefit amount is not huge. The average person gets about $188 a month. That's roughly $6 a day for food. And for a lot of families, that's the difference between eating and not eating.
That's a fact. And you know what's crazy? Yo, listen, shout out to Angry Man. All right. He brought up, he brought up the topic yesterday. I was watching him a little bit. Nate the Great podcast brought up the topic. All right. And he spoke on it. But one thing I gotta say here, right? I agreed with a lot of the stuff the Angry Man was saying, except for one part. All right. He said no one that works can receive benefits, and that's not true. They will not receive cash benefits. All right. They won't receive cash benefits from the government. But if they receive less, all right, less than $1,000 a month, like she just said, there's people that, work in the household, just don't make enough to cover up rent, right, and bills and, put food on the table and stuff like that. So, it's crazy, right? Like I said, people can receive that. That's why I don't understand how is it, right? I can never understand. I get where a lot of people are coming from, right? I never understood how there are people that could get, even if there's a household of 8, right, and they're not working, I don't understand how there's people that get like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 off of the welfare system, right? Because I've seen families right here in the hood, right, that went and applied for food stamps, right? A mother, right? She just lost her job for, a quick minute, and she's got to, serve. So she has entered to these programs to try to get, her job, a job bag. She's following the rules, the directions and all that, right? And she got approved for food stamps and stuff like that. But her food stamps are never nothing compared to the amount that the people come online and say they receive. Because you're coming from this is a mother. I seen her 5 children, right? She'll receive maybe, what is it, like $300 in cash, right? $400 in cash, the minimum, right? And maybe another $400 in food stamps. You see where I'm coming from? And I'm trying to figure out, that's a total of just $800, right? In supplemental income. And it's 5 of them. But yeah, you see women come online, 5 kids, 6 kids, 7 kids, 8 kids, right? And they get $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. I'm like, how the fuck is you doing that? How is you getting that much income? This family has no income, just like you, because mom just lost a job. But she's not getting nowhere near the amount of bread that you're getting. See, that should be off. I'll be trying to figure that shit out sometimes, man. And for those of you watching, and I know a lot of people just love, man, shout out. We got 6 likes in the building. I appreciate those supporting the videos, man. Guys, listen, man. If y'all are enjoying the stream, if y'all understand where Shorty is coming from, I appreciate that double tap, right? I appreciate y'all sharing the video. That helps support my channel, all right? It helps put a Shorty in the algorithm. And listen, let's talk about it. Let's have these conversations, right? Why is it that a person that doesn't have a mental disability, all right, has, you know, has a perfect bill of health, not able to go to work? If these programs have shown me, right, that people on SSI are trying to get out of SSI. Some have, how can I say, fulfilled their goal and managed to get themselves out of SSI. Others are still on SSI because they still depend on people taking care of them, mentally or physically. All right.
So those numbers are eye-opening, but of course, congressional pay certainly hasn't stopped during the shutdown. So why does it mean people lose access to food? Isn't this an already approved budget item?
Yes, it is indeed, all right? But it's because Congress didn't pass a budget, and SNAP needs that money to keep running. And in the U.S., we tie politics to basic federal budget issues, unlike every other democracy in the world.
See?
The Agriculture Department, they say they're out of cash starting November 1st, meaning no food benefits for those 42 million people. Of course, the government could use emergency funds to cover it, but the Trump administration says they won't. So, unless Congress ends this shutdown, millions of families, including the million-plus veterans and nearly 5 million seniors, will lose the food lifeline.
Okay, so you're talking millions and millions of people. If this continues, how will people depend?
How will people depend? This is a tactic that they're using, man. We need to wake up and smell the coffee, all right? Listen, Trump ain't nothing but a man playing the game. That's all he is, on some real shit. We need to figure this shit out. Listen, man, before the food stamps came about, right, there was a lot of family suffering, yes. But you know what's crazy? I heard so many families say, well, I didn't qualify for it because, you know, I was making this. Even back then, a lot of families didn't qualify for food stamps, right? And they got up off their asses and figured a way out. And they how can I say, they passed on down that blueprint on how to do it to their kids. And it kept on getting passed down and kept on somewhere along the line. A lot of families forgot to pass the blueprint. All right. And listen, I could be making excuses, but I'm not. I'm not going to make excuses. All right. Because I've been down. I've been in the same situation as other people. All right. And what's crazy is that supplemental income should be there for the ones that, you know, how can I say, fall down and have obstacles and are trying to get back up, or those that cannot really move around, those that are bedbound on a wheelchair, those that are mentally disabled and can't really go to work. Right? I can keep going about this, all right, but I'm gonna try to say as much as I can because I only got until 7:30, you know, to get all this out of my chest and into the mic, all right?
On SNAP survive without it.
Right.
Yeah, that's going to be difficult for many people. The food banks, which we've been reporting, are already stretched thin and can't handle an extra 42 million people looking for some extra food. Some need that food, right? Families are going to have to choose, do I pay the rent? Do I buy food? Do I get my prescription?
Families are already going through that. There's families already going through that.
All those questions. And for seniors, of course, on fixed incomes, getting $188 a month in SNAP, that will be a massive hole in their budget if it's not there. And here's the thing. This has never happened before. In every chapter of the program's history, it's existed continually, going all the...
Hey, she not lying. This never happened before, and Trump is the first president in the world to do shit, okay? That's the crazy part. But I try to listen to this, all right? I know there's nobody watching right now. Just a minute ago, there was a few people watching. But hey, I guess. But listen, I want y'all to listen to this, all right? This is TikTok. These are women coming on TikTok. Why is my TikTok loading? What to do with this?
Let me say this long, but damn, how nobody feel about it. I'm going to say what I want. When I
oh, shit, this is a man.
How I want to, whenever I want to, as long as I... Let me say this long, but damn, how nobody feel about it. I'm going to say what I want. When I want to, how I want to, whenever I want to, as long as I want to. This is my mouth, my lips, my tongue, and I'm going to say what I want. When I want to say it, but damn, how nobody feel about it. Let's talk about it. And let's cook it up. And you don't have to watch me if you don't
I don't know
what
what that
saying.
is. I think that's a scratch. I'm about to kick my
Point
kid's
blank,
ass.
period. Your fake ass bougie people make me Your fake ass reality stars make me sick. Your fake ass entrepreneurs make me sick. Your fake
Why is it
ass
buffering?
millionaires make me sick. Let me tell you something, baby. This is coming from a person. I never got food stamps. My mother didn't qualify for food stamps. My father didn't qualify for food stamps. Food stamps
I don't know why it's buffering like this.
didn't benefit us when we was growing up. Now, as an adult, I make too much money. I don't qualify for food stamps.
I'll do the update in a minute. I have an update on my computer. That's why.
Every human being that is walking this earth, until you reach the level of Oprah Winfrey, you are
Damn.
struggling. You are one check away from not being able to provide.
She said, I mean, he said, we
And you have
struggling.
people who are glowing, who are happy, who are smiling, who are on social media, who are making videos, who are happy about millions of people about to lose a way to be able to feed their family.
If this shit don't stop buffering.
Crab legs and selling them like your auntie.
That's a fact. Listen, I do agree with
Everybody is not selling their EBT. You have some
I do agree with him on
people
that.
who are really needing it.
Yo, pause. Like I asked, all right? Pause. Like, I don't know what's up with my computer. It feel like it's getting possessed. But he is speaking truth on that part, right? There are big, sexy, official, secondary. That's the name of your channel? What the fuck? But anyways, a lot of people, listen, like the chick right there, she says, I work a 9 to 5 with food stamps. And yes, I do need those food stamps to feed my 10-year-old son. I make only $12.50 an hour. Yes, I'm struggling with no support. I'm a single mom. My fridge is almost on E. My baby is worried. I tried to explain to him what's going on and that he may not have a Christmas. And this is like, listen, y'all gonna have to sacrifice these damn pagan holidays. Me personally, I don't celebrate none of them. Like from time to time when my kids, are in the mood, okay, hey, look, listen, let me make y'all happy. I'm not gonna sit here, because I don't believe in these pagan holidays, make y'all suffer. But I want them to understand. You see where I'm coming from? Like you don't need Christmas to sit here, and give away gifts and all that to show love and appreciation. That's something that you could do every day. Mother's Day, right? It's celebrated once a year, but you should appreciate your mother every day. You see where I'm coming from? The same way with Father's Day. People don't even know that they got a grandparents' day, a son-daughter day. And those don't get celebrated as much as Mother's and Father's Day. You see where I'm coming from? Like, look, listen, it's so many, little things they got out there. But look, I'm not even going to get into that. All right. We should be, giving thanks every day. All right. For waking up in the mornings. All right. Breathing, for having air in our lungs, for being able to see our loved ones in the morning. All right. Being able to go to sleep at night and waking up the next morning. Be appreciative that you got, for those that have kids out there that respect and listen, that you're able to, how can I say, instill those type of things into your child, because most parents can't. Blessings, blessings. We got Uncle L, yo. Welcome to Philly, baby. We got Uncle L in the building. But I can go about this in so many ways. And that's why, me personally, like I told people, look, listen, I'm about to take it back the old school way, like my mom used to do it. All right. When I go food shopping, I'm going to go, buy everything that I need, right? Go back to the dry beans and all that. I'm going to pre-cook everything, put it in the freezer. If I'm working and I'm doing extra hours, like, listen, my kids are teens. Go into the fridge, pull something out, put it into the, how can I say that shit that we got now? The air fryer or the oven, right? Or you could put something in the microwave. But I'm definitely going to be, prepping everything and cooking everything, right? Early in the month. So that way that, for the next 30 days, 31 days, they'll have food. Because if you do that, like, and separate, make them little meals and freeze them up. Look, listen, that shit will last in your freezer for 30 days. And it's something that my mom, my grandpa, all right, taught me, and a lot of my old heads. So I'm about to take it back to the way they used to do it, all right? Especially when they used to work, they used to do that. Listen, my OGs used to cook every single day, right? But there were times I was like that, we had to go into the freezer, right, and pull something out, especially when they was working. I'm saying here, like, how the fuck did they manage it? How, like when I got older and everything, the prices got higher and all that, right? I'm saying here, like, how the fuck did they manage to have a full pantry, all right? How they managed to have a full freezer, a full refrigerator, right? And that's because they knew how to manage their bread. Thinking back, they, a lot of us, right, was talked to about how to, financially save and, you know, how to go out and actually shop. But we don't think about it, right? Until, you know, how can I say, we bump our heads in that wall. That's when the words of what our old heads used to say really, you know, sink in, and we understand what it is that they was trying to tell us. All right. What the fuck? Ain't no sun, but I can't see. We got the sheriff in the building. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Big shout out to the sheriff, guys. Make sure y'all go check out Sheriff Clara Dishing Dirt and Dishing Dirt Uncut. All right, great conversations, great topics. And yo, man, listen, man, she is funny as shit. And for those of y'all that, you know, be asking about Mr. Oates, that's where you will find Mr. Oates at. All right, make sure y'all go check out the sheriff. All right, listen, man, I be geeking when I be watching her the majority of the time. All right, make sure y'all go check her out. But, you know, back on topic. All right, we're gonna have to, you know, like I said, some of us take it back. All right, like, yeah, it's gonna be hard. All right, the bills is gonna be the bills is gonna be high as shit, the groceries high as shit. And that's why I said we're gonna have to take a page out of our grandparents' book, great grandparents, whoever the hell raised you and taught you. Okay, let me put it like that. Because at the end of the day, look, listen, let me say this one more time before I forget. Guys, for those of you planning on robbing, stealing, doing whatever the fuck y'all doing, all right, on November 1st, because y'all not gonna get y'all shit, man, please, the same way y'all come online and snitch on yourselves on what y'all do with these snaps and these cash benefits and all this shit y'all get from welfare, man, please come online, let us know. Like, today we're going out and we're gonna rob these grocery stores. All right, so that way I can stay at home and I can either Netflix and chill, Tubi and chill, HBO and chill. All right, welcome to Darius on shit. I don't mind rewatching the fucking episode over and over again, just to avoid y'all dumb motherfuckers out here, all right, trying to rob these goddamn grocery stores like it's the end of the fucking world and we can't figure it out. All right, this is a tactic. All right, these benefits will be right back on. Y'all not even peeping this shit, yo. They want us to act like fucking fools, peep everything. Like, the same shit was just about to happen not so long ago. What the fuck was just happening? Who? Oh, that Charlie Kirk shit. I didn't mean to say it like that. It just came out like that. Not trying to offend anybody, but it's like I'm tired of the repetition. All right. We seem to keep doing the same shit as a repeated cycle over and over and over again. Like, is y'all like, listen, y'all not gonna fucking get it until they actually put that martial law in place. All right, that's what they aiming for. I don't care what president is in place. All right, red or blue, y'all fighting for crumbs. That's why I say I don't have a president. All right, until we have until there's a president that's for us. But is there ever going to be a president that's for us? You know, the people, when each and every one of these politicians got strings attached to their backs? Come on, man. There's a puppet master on. Listen, this is why I laugh, because a lot of you don't even understand. Y'all are puppets with strings attached to your backs, waiting for mommy and daddy to say they give a fuck, all right? All these politicians, all right? They're pulling y'all strings with using influencers and celebrities. What's funny is, right, we can't see who's pulling their strings. That's the funny part. But you know what? Let's bull. I just dropped something. Hold on 1 second. Oh, found it. But let's continue to listen to his rant. What time is it? All right, I got like 10 more.
Teach to survive and provide for their babies and provide for their families and provide for their households and be able to feed themselves. And you have to understand this. Do your research.
Shut up. Let me reload you real quick, all right? Because y'all getting me pissed off. Now, let's see if you're going to still fucking... Jesus.
People are saying they're willing to steal food because their SNAP benefits might not be deposited in November. But here's the dangerous ripple effect when more food is stolen. One of the first responses is more government control and less freedom for everyone. So here's what we know. When hunger hits hard, theft of groceries rises. Some folks feel they have no choice when there's no food aid coming. And then stores respond. Higher losses, major security investments, stricter store policies. For example, self-checkout lanes get re-regulated, large bags are banned, and oversight increases. Next step, governments feel pressure. They hear from store owners, retailers, and law enforcement. They'll say, we must regulate this harder to protect communities and businesses. Translation, more rules, more surveillance, and more staffing manner. So the chain you're looking at is delayed, aid theft, store reaction, government regulation. That means your choices and freedom as a shopper or store owner may shrink, not just for people stealing, but for everyone else too. The bottom line is this isn't just a moral issue.
Yeah, I need to call my baby pops. We need to go to Walmart before it gets raided and they start boarding them bitches up, yo, for real, for real. Man, y'all know how it is in Philly. When people start acting crazy, Walmart start boarding up the damn stores. They be like, no, we ain't selling shit. Watch, I'm telling y'all, they about to be closed.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
As you know, I'm the queen of loving to make controversial videos, so here goes. EBT, let's talk about it. So the government shutdown, allegedly, in November, there's going to be possibly people that don't get their EBT benefits. So let me start off by saying this. EBT was created for a certain group of individuals, disabled people. There's so many people that it was designed for. Then there are...
Yes, so why do you, I mean, it was created for so many reasons. Why you say it was created for a certain group of people? See, listen, I think people need to do their research, all right? Because it's just, look, listen, it's implemented in certain states, but not in every state, all right? Philadelphia hasn't implemented. They should, all right? You do have to go through these programs, all right? You have to work a certain amount of hours, all right, in order to get these food stamps. I do know that when you go to Ohio, it's implemented in Ohio. Why do I know that? Because when I went to Ohio and I stood there for a year, all right, my bipolar ass really, yo, listen, I packed my kids and everything and I left Philly. I said, fuck this. And I ended up in Ohio, right? In Ohio, for you to receive snaps, you have to work a certain amount of hours. All right, and I know that Ohio is not the only state that implements that law. All right, as crazy as it is a law, it's just not implemented. And it seems like, you know, they're trying to implement it in every state, which I don't think is a bad idea. Because if you're well and able-bodied to go to work, go to work. What's the problem? All right, if you're not mentally disabled, all right, if you're physically, you know, okay, if you got a good bill of health, go to work. What's the problem? Why you don't want to work? Why? What's the problem? I've never in my life, right, until I became an adult, seen so many people work so hard to not go to work. Let's make it make sense.
There are the people that literally found a way to cheat the system. Yes, folks, you heard that right. They're cheating the system. Shocker. While the rest of us work, pay taxes, and don't get to, you know, have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. I've seen people on here bragging about how they were getting $4,000 in EBT a month while they have I don't know if it's real or not, a Louis Vuitton bag, Michael Kors, their brand new Mercedes Benz. Their nails are always done, their lashes are always done, but they, quote, have no money. Anyways, I digress. So these people, and I say some, I just want to clarify, there's some people, not everyone is a criminal on EBT. I'm talking to the criminals on the system right now. Only you, because there are people that deserve to have EBT. There are people that qualify correctly for EBT. They fit the criteria for EBT. But there are a select few criminals that decided, if I don't get any EBTs, I'm going to steal. I'm going to go to a grocery store and I'm going to steal whatever I need to survive. Now, what does that tell you about those people? I'll tell you what it tells me. That this isn't the...
It tells me they're fools and they can't wait to be a part of martial law. And then when martial law hits, you're going to see them same motherfuckers crying. Yo, that's what it tells me. Fucking idiots. I'm cussing. I'm sorry.
You know, the reason why these EBT members are kicking and screaming like they are, right? I mean, that's what we got going on.
I'm dead.
And it's because they have the mentality of a child. Just like you take a toy from a child or you tell a child no.
I mean, you gotta realize they waiting on mommy and daddy to say, hey, it's okay, you're gonna get your allowance back. All right. And it's crazy. Like, I feel bad. Listen, a lot of people's about to get hit, even those that work and get food stamps. All right. Those that listen, I'm gonna wait for me to go live, all right, to like really speak my mind. I'm gonna wait for me to go live because you know I'm gonna do a StreamYard on this. So listen.
And they start kicking and screaming and having a fit and getting all emotional. That's what the EBT members are doing right now. But here's what's gonna happen.
All of them, not all of them.
Because you can make your threads and you can get all slick and, you know, get all in your feelings. But when reality starts to set in, you start realizing you're not gonna go run up into the grocery store and just taking what you want. You're not gonna be committing these threats that you've sent on social media. So then, once the reality sets in, you start realizing, man, I gotta go get a job. You gotta go get a job. You gotta go work, man. If you've been on food stamps for more than a couple years, you're an embarrassment, especially for me. Come on, dude. It's assistance. It's gonna help you out for a short time.
Let me see if I find the video. Why is he saying that?
I hate going into an interview and they ask those dumbass questions like.
I just finally got confirmation that food stamps is officially cut for next month.
About 2 months ago, I stopped eating dinner almost every night of the week so that my boyfriend and I could have enough food left over to have lunch the next day. This was before we were about to lose our food stamps. Mind you, we both work.
I don't think that we really realize the depth that this is, the damage that this is going to do, but the women, the mothers, and the families, but the mothers especially, who are going to go without meals so their children don't have to.
Y'all telling me y'all can't make some rice and, you know, fry some eggs and put it on top of it? Listen, I've been for a minute trying to get my kids used to it. And if they don't like that, I'll figure something else out. Listen, spaghetti, spaghetti, ground beef, some spaghetti sauce. Noodles, ground beef, spaghetti sauce, make some spaghetti. Shit, I almost got tongue twisted saying that shit.
No,
but I'm trying to find a video.
No, like the real.
No, I want the one with the dude where the dude was arguing and he was so zesty about it.
You mean? Who ain't getting that goddamn food stamps?
This chick was the craziest.
Because I'm getting my goddamn. I'm going to tell you just like this on Jesus Lamar mother Christ. I will be at mother Walmart with my steel toes on and my mother helmet and I try to stop me from walking out that mother store with my grocery.
And then they doing this around the same time as Thanksgiving, which means they're going to be.
And y'all can't tell it's a tactic. Y'all on this shit over here mad as shit. No, how about that chick that said she don't get food stamps for her, but she uses somebody else's food stamps. I'm sitting here like, is you fucking kidding me? Now you snitching on the person who was helping you, and y'all wonder why the fuck all this is going on.
And last but not least, going Walmart employee came up.
I'm trying to find the dude. Hold on, because I gotta get off.
People are saying that.
More EBT shenanigans, but I found the guy this time.
Everybody going around saying that motherfuckers ain't getting food stamp next month. Mind you, bitch, I'm on food stamp. Let me tell you this right now. Donald J. Trump, I don't know what the fuck you got going on in that fucking house of yours, but bitch, you better fix it. Just because your ass going through some shit, don't mean you gotta take it out on everybody else, bitch. Fix this shit right now. Let me not get my food stamps.
What you gonna do?
Right?
What are you gonna do? You're a man, by the way. Most men don't respect you because you're on food stamps.
Yeah.
You're on food stamps. You think most men are gonna? Maybe you don't care about respect from other men. I don't know, but I'm assuming you probably don't. But you're probably gonna go steal it. Let me guess. Steal?
Let me not get my food stamps. I'm going back to stealing. I don't care. If you
leave
your car unlocked in the middle of the night, lock it, bitch. Because if I don't get no food stamps, best believe me and mine's gonna eat regardless.
Yo.
So frustrating. It's so frustrating. It's not going to end well. I'm telling you now, for these people, it is not going to end well.
I can't.
More EBT shenanigans, but I found a guy this time.
Like, it's not just women coming online doing this, all right? Let me get off this, John, all right? I just wanted y'all to see this. Man, peoples, all right? The day that y'all come out on this, John, doing this, let us folks know, all right? We want to stay home, safe, watching some Netflix, watching some Tubi, HBO. I don't know what y'all, what y'all streaming system is. Mine's is more HBO, Netflix, and Tubi, all right? So I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be in the middle of it. All right. I want to be home safe with my kids. All right. Making them, I don't know, probably some rice. For that day, my daughter gonna eat like a fucking Puerto Rican. All right. You're gonna eat some arroz con habichuela and some carne guisa. All right. Some beef stew, some rice, and some fucking beans. You're gonna eat like a damn Puerto Rican today, even though you don't like it, baby girl. Look, listen, I get it. You love your fried chicken and all that, but I ain't grocery shopping right now. Today, you eating like a Puerto Rican. All right. And if we don't got some, some beef cubes to make some beef stew, some carne guisa, listen. You're going to take that white rice and you're going to put a fried egg right on top of that little John right there. All right. Because she don't eat beans. So, shit, rice and fried eggs, all right? That's what we eating while we watching TV, all right, baby girl? I apologize, but idiots wanted to be idiots today, right? And they wanted to work for free at the circus. So they out here, doing what they do best, all right? Being little puti puerquibris out here, stealing and robbing and doing this and doing that. I'm like, baby girl, it's okay, though. We got this. Teamwork, all right? Teamwork. It's what teamwork. Let me get off this, John. Please give us a warning before you go, robbing on these stores and shit like that, man. Come online, just like this sassy motherfucker on this app just came on here talking about Donald J. Trump. If you don't give me my food stamps, I'm gonna go back to stealing. Like, damn, he swirled his neck more than I did. Like, shit, some guys could perfect their shit better than us females. I'm like, damn, they roll their eyes better than us. I'm like, that'd be so extra because we don't be, none of us, I don't give a fuck if you dark or light, all right? None of us do that shit. But I don't know where the men think that all of us females be like that. Like, I can't even get it right. I feel like I'm about to start dancing. Shit. But let me get off this, y'all, man. Till next time, this y'all Shorty Rachel. I hope all of y'all have a blessed and humble day. Continue to have a blessed and humble morning, man. Look, listen. I don't know who's live, but I'm about to see who's live while my daughter finishes getting ready to go to school. And Shorty off this, John.